Every wedding is supposed to end with a happily ever after. This one ended in death. 1886, the Blackwood Estate. The grand ballroom shimmered under the glow of 1,000 candlelit chandeliers. The newlywed bride, Eleanor Blackwood, was the envy of every guest, graceful, elegant, and deeply in love. As the orchestra struck its final note, she twirled in her husband's arms, her white gown flowing like mist. Then, in an instant, her body collapsed to the floor. A gasp swept through the crowd. Her husband knelt beside her, his hands trembling. Her lips curled into a final smile, and with a soft whisper, she was gone. No one knew how or why, but one thing was certain: the bride would never leave the dance floor. Present day, Blackwood Estate. For years the ballroom remained untouched. No one dared step foot inside, not after what happened that night. Yet, those who passed by the estate at midnight claimed to hear the faint sound of a violin playing. And if you listened closely, you could hear the rustling of a dress. One night, a group of urban explorers snuck inside. They laughed at the legend. A ghost bride? Please. But as the clock struck 12, the air grew thick, and a soft melody drifted through the room. The sound of a waltz. One of them, Anna, felt a chill as something brushed against her arm. She turned. No one was there. Then, they saw it. A woman in white, spinning alone in the center of the ballroom. Her gown flowed like mist, her feet barely touching the ground. Anna gasped. The figure stopped dancing and turned to look at her. For a moment, the room was dead silent. And then, the bride whispered something. "Dance with me." Before anyone could react, Anna was lifted into the air, her body moving in rhythm with a force she couldn't see. Her friends screamed, trying to grab her, trying to pull her away, but the bride wouldn't let go. The music grew louder. Anna's feet barely touched the ground, her limbs moving in ways not her own. Her eyes rolled back, a soft, eerie smile curling on her lips. She whispered, "I never got my last dance." And then, she disappeared. Anna was never seen again. Some say she became the next bride, cursed to dance forever. Some say if you enter the ballroom at midnight, you might see her still twirling in the candlelight. And if she turns to look at you, run. Because once the bride chooses you, you will never leave the dance floor alive.